It's the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the New York Mets. You can feel the energy in this building. They are fired up for game one. Back with that after this. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. Game one is always critical in a postseason series, Singy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
All right, the stage is set for what should be a really good game one as this series gets underway. Introductions wrapping up down on the field, and first pitch just minutes away. So almost ready to get underway. And taking the ball for the Mets, Pablo Reyes. What should we keep an eye on here?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets. This is another guy capable of hitting tape measure home runs. And that's in for a strike.
0-1.
That one catches the corner for a strike.
Very well executed changeup right there. If he can command the fastball consistently, that's going to be an important pitch in terms of him turning this outing around.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Sitting off speed there. Timing wasn't quite right on the fastball, even to try to late emergency hack and foul it off. But very quality pitch located. I like that little two-seam onside run to the outside corner of the plate.
Number 3, leading things off, and takes a strike. On the ground, right side. On the run, sent it over to first. Nicely done for the out. Game 1 of the division series. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Manny Batista. That one ripped. And a base hit right there.
Dominant performance for him today, Boo. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Number 3 in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Pitch misses inside. Ball 2.
Well, Boog, after watching the first inning of this one, you would not have expected that this pitcher would be in such a groove and still in the ball game at this point.
There's a strike. Time called. The 2-2 will have to wait just a second. Off the plate inside. Ball 3. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, he's been in a very giving mood today.
Now it's the DH, Greg Carlberg. Line drive out towards left field. That's a base hit. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only one away.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
Goes down looking.
Got to give him a huge amount of credit on the mound right there. He got squeezed a little bit on the pitch right before that one. You know it should have been a strike. Everyone in the building knew that it should have been a strike, but he didn't let it get to him and throw him off his game. Came back with another good pitch for the punch out with the bases loaded. That's good pitching right there.
Caught on and lifted in the air. Squeezes it, and that ends the inning. So runner at second, 2 down. Collier, the next to hit. That one ripped left field. Way back there. Makes the grab on a leaping play at the wall.
Thought he was going to get to jog around the bases after it left the bat, but the left fielder said, not today. Goes up, and he brings that in. Exciting way to end the inning.
And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter. The switch hitter batting right. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, with both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens and just seeing which manager can match up better and who's able to get to the finish line.
That one misses, and 1-1. And there's a ball. On the ground to third. Slings to first, and that is that. Manny Batista, the next Pirate to hit. And that one is lifted in the air. Has this one sized up. Reaches for it, but it's fouled. So runner at second, 2 down. Hernandez getting ready to hit. Sends it to center, and that's going to do it. He puts it away, and that'll do it. The Mets claim game 1 here at home.
It's pretty early in this series to say a must-win game, but when you've got home field advantage, it's a luxury, but you have to protect it. Huge win in game 1 to set the tone.
Here's another look at the numbers from this shutout victory.
Well, it takes a team effort.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. The show presents the National League Division Series. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the New York Mets. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you, and a lot riding on this one as these teams meet for game 2, Chris.
Yeah, this might be the game to actually decide the series, Boog. When it's 5 games, getting a 2-0 lead is a dominant position to be in, and I don't see this series getting to a 5th game if we have a repeat of game 1's outcome in this one.
Yeah, the Crows start circling for a team that falls into a 2-game deficit, not where you want to be. And we'll be back for the first pitch right after this. All right, just about set to go. And today's starter, Vernon Samuel. What's the scouting report on him?
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical. Tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged, to make those plays, and help you get through the innings.
And the right-hander deals. There's a swing and a drive. Going back. And he brings it in on the warning track. Runner tags at second. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only one out. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. Harrison, more than 100 career wins on the mound, and he was a third-round pick in 2020. And that skips in the dirt.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And delivers outside.
This hitter's looking for a fastball, but I'm not sure he's going to get one. Pitcher doesn't have to challenge him. If he feels better about his off-speed secondary stuff, then stay with it.
Hit in the air, center field. Ramirez gets under it. Drops into the glove, and the inning is over. Mets strand 1. They trail it here 3-0. We're in the second game of this division series. And here's the veteran outfielder, Alex Ramirez. Line drive. Makes a nice running catch. 1 away.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
And that drops in for a strike. And it's 1-1. Ripped to third. Throw to first in time.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
So 1 out, nobody on. Harold Mikolas, the next Pirate to hit. That one drilled left field. Way back there. Reaching for it. Makes the catch.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
Man at first, 1 away. And that one is lifted in the air. Collier sizing this one up. He's there. He's got it. 2 down. Runner at first with 2 away. And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter. 0 for 3 in this one. Look out! And it hit him.
That wasn't even close. You know, sometimes a guy will barely miss the zone and hit someone, but right there, he completely lost the handle, and that's when it gets a little scary.
Ripped to short. Out number 3. So 2 on with 2 away. Angel Henao up now for the Mets. On the ground, and this should do it. And that'll do it.
Well, one of the goals in the postseason is to split on the road and play.
Mets going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Festivities wrapping up. The crowd is electric, and we'll be back to get it going right after this. John Shelby and Chris Singleton with you. We're looking forward to what's sure to be a dramatic Game 3, Chris.
Man, it's been fun so far, Boog, that's for sure. After splitting the first two, Game 3 takes on even more meaning than usual. You don't want to be the team that drops this one and then be faced with having to win 2 games in a row in order to take the series. That's tough.
And the pressure on the starting pitchers is big in this one. Each of them is being counted on to come through with a quality performance. Hoping to one down. Harold Miklas will hit next. That one ripped. That's back. Leaping, and he brought it back.
Well, that would have been huge if it would have snuck over the glove to take the lead, but great athleticism at the wall, goes up and brings back a homer.
Third game of the division series. And the batter now, number 3. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. Outside with a breaking ball.
Well, coming off of a blowout loss in the previous game, this lineup can't try to do too much. They've just got to stay within themselves, take each pitch, each at bat, one by one, and try to push runs across as often as possible.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. He flexes his power with that swing. It's 1-0.
Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Number 3.
Right through there for a strike. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Lead runner makes the turn at second. And now, coming home. He'll score easily.
Everything came together for him. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, this came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Righty delivers. In the dirt, but kept close. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in here in Game 3 of the NLDS. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Out to shallow center. And that'll fall for a base hit. Run comes in from second. And it's an RBI single. It's 4-3.
Well done. Drives in the run. You can't do much better than that on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him to chase him a 2-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well.
Tommy Cornell digs in now. Now a screamer into the outfield. Could be extra bases. Ramirez rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
Double play ball to second. There's one, and that's two.
A very fast developing play right there. No margin for error. Nice double play on a fast runner up the line.
So two down. And now here is Eric Hernandez. The 1-2. Lined, and that's a base hit. The throw to third. And he's out.
Yes, you're out.
Bunt down, and that ends the inning.
Sometimes managers want their players to be aggressive. A little questionable, though, trying to go first to third on that knock.
All set for the start of the inning. Now here is number 3. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. That one is hammered right field, raging back towards the wall. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
And the batter will be the shortstop. Jose's line drive, and he's got it. Ball game. And the Pirates bounce back from consecutive losses to take Game 3 of the series.
Game 3s are very critical when you have a series tied at 1-1 because you put yourself up.
Sandwiched between Mazeroski Way and the Roberto Clemente Bridge, welcome to PNC Park. The show presents the National League Division Series. It's the New York Mets going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Plenty of storylines taking shape in this series as we set the stage for Game 4, Chris.
And I'll be interested to see if these teams approach it any differently, with one on the brink of elimination and the other just to win away from putting an end to this thing. You know, in the postseason, I think you have to treat every game the same, but there's something about an elimination game that could put a team just into a different mindset.
Yeah, and the strategy could certainly change in this type of game. It's hard to manage the same way when in any given at-bat, it can impact everything you've been working for throughout the season. First pitch. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now it's the veteran outfielder.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
And the 1-0. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you. So make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
And that one missing low. Carlberg in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And there's the strike.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Kicks and deals. Swing and a foul out of play.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Time called foul. And a 3-2. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Coming home. He will score, and they take the lead. And it's an RBI single, 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped, cut out in front, and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on.
And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
On the ground, right side. And it gets by him, but goes to second with it. Bottom of the first, and down the shortstop, Elmer Franco. Line drive, and that's down, a base hit.
Nice line drive to full side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Cornell makes the grab, and that's the inning. Offense. 1 out, base is empty. Harold Mikolas, the next Pirate to hit. In the air, left field, down the line, and it stays fair. Two aboard, 2 outs. First pitch misses. That one is upstairs.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
There's a strike. On the ground to third. They get the force, and that is that. 2 left for the Mets as the lead remains 3-1. Here's the center fielder, Alex Ramirez. Line, and that's a base hit. Here comes the throw. The tag.
As a base runner right there, you're making the call yourself. This ball is clearly in front of you, and you've got to know for sure if you're going to be able to make it safely to third. That time he was wrong, as a really nice throw came into third.
Fought off foul. Here comes the 0-1. Trying to hold a 1-run lead late here in Game 4. Hard ground ball for a base stop. Throw into third. The tag, and he's out. 2 outs, runner on first. And now the DH, Greg Carlberg. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. And ball 4, 2 aboard. The tag at third, and he's out. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang. And now the catcher comes up to him, Blake Mitchell. That one blasted deep to right. Back there. Tattooed to Tater Town and gone. He nails one out to right. And we're all square. It's 4-4. Here in the bottom of the ninth, 1 out. Cornell, the next to hit. In the air, left field, down the line. And it hops over the wall for an automatic double.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself.
So a runner at second, 2 down. Mikolas getting ready to hit. Try to send this to extra innings. And they hold the winning run at third here, as it'll take another 2-out hit to win this one. Now it's the switch-hitting outfielder, known for his late-inning heroics.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him. Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
And that one lifted in the air, center field. Ramirez under it. Squeezes it. And there are 2 down. Jose Reyes, the next Pirate to hit. That one is absolutely belted. Going back. Makes the grab on a leaping play at the wall.
Well, that would have been huge if it would have snuck over the glove to take the lead, but great athleticism at the wall, goes up and brings back a homer.
And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter. Right down to shoot, and that is strike 1.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
1 ball, 1 strike.
2 down, nobody on. Here in Game 4 of the NLDS. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Now time called at the plate. Tied at 4. Way inside, gets out of the way. Outside, and that is ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you
swing and a ball popped in the air. Brings it in, and that's the 3rd out. So no runs. 1 down. Dion Lasnewski now at the plate with the winning run on at first. Late here in Game 4. That one out to right. Makes the grab, and there's 2 away. Digging in is the switch-hitting outfielder.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Base is empty, 1 away here in Game 4 of the NLDS. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Lasnewski pulls it in on the run. Harold Mikolas, the next Pirate to hit. Dives. What a play.
You love to see when a guy's hungry to make a play. Right there, an excellent diving catch. You could.
At the plate for Pittsburgh, Jose Reyes. Winning run stands at second. Base hit center field. Heading for the plate. The throw in. Across is the winning run, and the Pirates walk it off, and they're headed to the National League Championship Series.
You win a National League Division Series, you can breathe a little bit, as the next one will stretch out to possibly 7 games. I'm sure they don't want to take it that far, but they're just going to be happy to get there. Congratulations.